Hi, I'm Sarah Conklin. My show is Kindred Anamnesis, and it's on the third floor of Lowe Mill in the West Gallery. The pieces in my show are all made from pieces that have been printed in some way, shape, or form. All the fabrics and supplies I used mainly were supplies that I had on hand at the time, and generally when I do get things, I get them from the thrift store. I make things that are utilitarian. I want them to be both useful and beautiful. To begin my process, I generally sit down and kind of come up with an idea. You'll see mushrooms are a theme in a lot of my pieces in here. I have often sat down and researched what other illustrators have done, what the symbolization is of a mushroom, and they will all sit down and do a sketch. I am very old school in that sense. I'll take out a white piece of paper, pencil, and start sketching, kind of finalize it, look at it. I might change it a little bit. My final piece, what I do to be ready to do screen printing is I will go over the mushroom with a Sharpie marker and darken it in, because when you scan it in, it needs to be dark and a solid line. Usually what I'll do before I make the piece is I'll go through the fabric that I have at home and choose specifically what pieces I would like to use. Generally, all those pieces have either came from the thrift store or come about by something that someone in my house is done with, and I just decide, okay, this can be repurposed and reused. I usually mix the inks myself for the specific design that I'm doing at that time. Sometimes I do just use them straight out of the container and I print them. I heat set all of the pieces of fabric. Then I take it home, and lots of times I'll just sit with it for a little bit and kind of decide what I want to make it into. Sometimes it doesn't end up the same thing. Sometimes it'll sit there for a little while, and then I will make it into something that's utilitarian in some way, shape, or form, and the majority of my pieces are multi-purpose.